is Victor, bringing here another painting tutorial, and this time we are going to paint this skink in, well, we're going to paint him in the colors of these guys, okay? So this is how I'm doing the skinks. This is the Warband from Warhammer Underworlds Dicharism, and I'm going to paint him with the same colors. In this tutorial I will work just on the skink. I'm not going to do talk anything about the base. So I'm going to start with the skin. And for the skin, I'm using Warp Lining the Contest Paint as a starting point. So we are going to paint that. Let me put the camera like that. So we are going to apply this. Here on the mouth is a little bit tricky because I just want to do. I don't want to do the inside of the mouth, so I just try to do them like that. And I will paint here the inside, although later on we are going to do yellow, but it's just to have, just in case, to have a little bit of green there. I have here an ornament as well on the chin, okay. And we have the crest there at the back under the feathers. So I'm going to apply this nice green. I was hesitating because I'm painting the lizardman in this bluish color. I was hesitating if doing the shaman in the same as the lizardman or at the same as the other skins. And at the end I decided to go for the green because I want to do a blue glowing on the ball, and then if I do that, you don't want to have the skin in the same color as the glowing magical ball, okay? So I'm going to apply this Warpstone glow on all the skin, and I'm back once it had dried. So this is how it looks like after applying the Warpstone glow all over the skink. And now I'm going to apply Gore Grunta, Contrast Gore Grunta in the inside of the cape. There is like a leather part or cloth. I will paint it like leather. It's going to be here, this part inside. Okay. It's not it's not very accessible once it's assembled, but okay, it's not going to be too bad. Normally I try to do the most difficult part at the beginning, so in case I'm dirtying some parts that are, or some other parts I'm not too concerned. Okay, this one is slightly tricky to reach, but with some patience you can reach it. There is some part that I want to reach on this side. Be careful because the bottom part are feathers, okay? And here is as well a little bit visible. Okay, I think like that will do the work. Next, I'm going to do the mouth. On the mouth I'm going to use another contest paint that is Voluptuous pink, and I will use it inside of the mouth. Like that. I do the teeth as well, and later on we are going to paint the teeth in a white or green color. Now, I'm going to use Aethermatic blue to paint the ball. And the intention is that all these slots, they have a nice blue tone. I'm not too focused on the different plates on this bowl, because I will paint them in a different color later on. But these slots, I want them to be nice and blue. Okay. And now I'm going to use gold. I'm going to use Retributor Armor. Okay, to do most of the ornaments. So this will include the mask with all these hangers, the bell. So in that miniature I will put more gold than on the others. Okay, so we try to apply it quite thin to be sure that we don't clog any detail. So I will do this and I'll back for the next step. Okay. Okay, this is how the gold look like, and now I'm going to experiment. I want to do transition. These feathers, I want to make them purple in the base, going to yellow at the end. Okay, so I'm going to start applying purple. Something like that at the base. To do it on the other side. Okay. Then in the transition I'm going to put a red. I'm using Mephiston Red for that. Okay. Something like that. The red will transition nicely with the purple. I'm using first Xereus Purple, then red. If I see that the Xereus Purple is losing intensity, I put a little bit more. Next, I'm going to use Slayer Orange. That is going to be a little bit more tricky because here the transition is starker. But I think it's looking nice. We'll do some corrections there with the purple, but at this moment I'm just pointing where I want the colors. Okay, adding more orange to make it brighter at the end. I will go to the end of the feathers. As you can see, we'll do the same on the front. Running out of orange on my palette, so if it's needed I will need to apply a little bit more. And finally we are going to apply yellow at the end. Again, all the colors are coming very thin. Okay. And now I will wait at this device, and once this device I will do more layers. So this is the first step. Okay, I will wait now at this device before doing further steps, because it's very wet, and now what I will just do is move paint up and down, so I don't want to do that. So while this is drying, on the cape I want to do a different approach. I want to go with different feathers, combining purples and yellows and orange, because I think will give a very interesting, like a mosaic, but a little bit random, right? So you will do one feather in purple, one feather in orange, one feather, and you can see I go quite thin. I will change to a smaller brush. I go quite thin, so because I don't want to clog any detail. So I will do first some on purple, randomly choosing. Then I put some a little bit more paint. I will change to a better brush. So some will be done in purple, some will be done in orange, right? And I will do, and some maybe in yellow. So for example, I will do this one here in yellow, and you do random, okay? I'm going to do a little bit random, so I will keep filling that, painting the feathers. I'm using Fleshsahde yellow, and I'm using light colors because I want to apply a wash over these feathers, okay, as well. The wash will go feather by feather, so this is why you want to be careful. Okay, but work with 3-4 colors. I will not put too many, because if not, it will look very weird if I apply too many colors. Okay, and we are going to do the same on the front feathers. For example, the front feathers, maybe we can give the same treatment as the point is that then the back. So I'm going to put a little bit of Fire Dragon Bright, not Fire Dragon Bright. This one is the. Okay, I will find it. This one, Tall Slayer Orange, and I will do again the transition there. on the same that we have done on the crest. We are going to do it on the feather that he... I forgot, I made a mistake here. To take this color, I want this one. Okay. So we start with, again, with the Xereus Purple. Okay, you can see it's quite thin. No red. Okay, it's Mephiston Red. No orange. This one we have to remember to do it as well from this side. And then yellow. With it on the top. Now I need to wait that this dries, and this will, then we will work what with this have dry. So it's very thin. So I can play a little bit here. But you can see that when you start touching this, if you don't wait, you start removing the paint. So you want to avoid that. The way to avoid that is being patient and waiting now a little bit. Okay, so I leave it like that, and now we need to wait. And we work, while we're waiting, we can work on the cape. I will use another color on the cape. I will use additional one that is going to be the Screamer Pink. Okay, to have a two type of purple, one more reddish, that it's going to be very similar to the one we have and the transition on the top. Okay, so I'm going to apply this, for example, and we do like a mosaic here at the back. Okay, we keep building up this. Like that. So I will do this feather cape, and I'm back for the next step. Okay, now that the transition I was doing there have dried, we are going to work again on this, and I'm going to take red now here, because I realized that the red is the part that is missing in the middle, and I will apply it again in the middle. Okay. Okay. Now I take orange. Yeah, I will move the red up. Using the orange to help me. Now I will use a little bit of purple and some more water. We'll use some red and purple. So I wet it, no, with purple. Okay, sorry, I went off camera. Because the purple with is doing like a screamer being in that area. Again, no yellow, and here will work almost like a glaze. We'll take the yellow, and now once I have applied the yellow, take orange, and I go in between. Here is a matter of working back and forth. But it's a little bit too dry. Apply again orange. And I will come back with yellow. I will touch the tips of these feathers. And I will do the same here. The color we have add a little bit desaturated because we're too transparent. So I will saturate a little bit here at the bottom. Now we'll use red. And now I will use some purple. Especially to eliminate the red where I don't want it. And again, I'm going to red. You can also use a little bit of a screamer pink if you want it in between. Now orange again. This tallest layer orange is very translucent. Okay, it does not have too much. It's very translucent, and then it helps can create some difficulties, but on the other side it helps because it's glazing as well. Okay, here I'm just that, and the tip, this tip I wanted to do it white yellow. I will check that I have not dirt on the front. I think the front I like a lot how it looks like. Now I'm just adding some yellow at the tip of the feathers. You can see the front have a very nice transition, and now of course we are lacking yellow on these ones, so I'm going to start with yellow, going at the bottom of these feathers. But then we need to use, here is very desaturated, so we need orange to help, and a little bit of red. You can see now it's much brighter. Let's take some orange. I want to spend some time here because this is maybe one of the most fun parts of this miniature, is to do these color transitions. Okay, what I'm going to do now, I'm taking Screamer Pink because I realized that here the transition is a little bit too stark, and Screamer Pink will help me, you can see, to soften this transition here with the red. Screamer Pink is a purple with red, it's like a magenta, and this will help a lot here. Okay, so it will help me to make this transition softer. I want to keep the feathers quite warm, so I think it's like that, it will look good. And like that I'm quite happy. I will do the same a little bit here, on these ones here, just the end. You can look for a perfect transition, but the feathers will not have this perfectness, right? So it's up to you how much time you want to invest on this, but for me this is good enough. We need to wait that this dries, so while I'm waiting that this dries, I'm going to start highlighting, shading the feathers at the back. And to do that, so we are going to go with different colors. For example, I will use first purple for the purple ones, okay? So I'm going to use Druchi Violet and apply it on these ones. And we have to be careful that this is not happening. Okay, I make a mistake there. I don't know why. I touched some paint that I have it in. I was cleaning my brush and I dirt in there. So I need to wait that this part dries. So I need to work now here. On here. I want to work on this one. Then we will need to do from the other side, but for this exercise I will just do this side then I will do the rest. Of course we are going to do as well these feathers that are not. Then the other thing I will do, I will apply it just there at the base and the same here, where we have the purple. On the top part, I'm going to apply this one, Casandora Yellow, not this Casandora Yellow, this one. Let me just move the camera a little bit. Apply Casandora Yellow here at the top. To create shade and also will help what I want to do is to create shade on where we have separate the different feathers, like to show that there are different feathers that we are looking to. Then I will use the same Casandora Yellow here. Now I need to wait at all these devices because if not I will start creating a mess. Okay, so I will wait at this device and I will be back for the next step. Okay, next step I'm going to use Reikland Fleshsahde and I will apply this on the gold and as well on the feathers. Okay, just to give some additional shade. We are going to be careful, not so we are going to start with the gold. The gold is the I like a lot. You give this reddish shade that I like a lot how it looks like on the gold. Then we will need to be very careful when we do these eyes. And as I said, I will apply it on the feathers, but very carefully. I will not go to the top part of the feathers, just to give additional shading. Okay, and I will do the same here at the bottom, but you have to really put very little because you don't want to kill the bright colors. Okay, but here what I will do is I will just push it on these crevasses to create some additional shade on the crevasses to differentiate more the feathers between them. Here at the back is where we can apply it straightforward on the feathers because it's a way to have better differentiation. It will work on all the colors we have applied here. You can see it will kill a little bit the brightness, so later on we can add some highlights to improve the brightness, and I will go on the gold as well. Okay, so as you can see, quite a straightforward step, and the intention is just to start preparing the miniature to do the details and highlights. Okay, I will not apply it on the ball. The ball or the orb, I will leave it as it is. Okay, and here at the bottom feathers we can also apply it. Later on we will need to clean up some of the skin and do the highlights on the skin that isn't done yet. Eh? And now on the banner. The banner will be very interesting. You can see the wash directly flows instantaneously in the inside the snake slot. We apply it there. Okay. And now we need to wait that this wash dries. So I prefer to wait that this dries completely before doing any further step. I will apply it as well. This flesh color works quite well on top of purple, so it's not a bad alternative for the shade. Later on later we will need to do some highlights on these feathers and create some texture. Okay, so that's all for that. Now we wait that this dries and I will be back for the next step. Okay, this is what it looks like once the wash has dried. And next what I'm going to do, this crest here at the back. And as I did with all the other ones, I will apply Fleshtearers Red. Okay. So we go there, and I will apply here this at the back. That side. And let's see if I can reach this one, this part. Good. Next, I'm going to apply another wash. This time it's going to be Apothecary white on the staff. Okay. I was thinking if I wanted to make at the bottom of the staff. I will come back because I will do it gold later on. Okay, so I miss it, so I will just do it later on as I have done the top, so it makes no sense to do it again here on this video. And now I'm going to start painting the body of this skink, and I will start with the eye and then we're going to do the rest. So I will take yellow, Fleshsahde yellow, and I will apply this Fleshsahde yellow here in the eye, like that. And like that. This is good enough. And as I have done on the other side, I will apply a wash around the eye. We'll apply a air shade to make this darker. Okay, as I have, because it will help to make the eye pop up a little bit more. So I will apply all the around darker, and in reality this should be shaded by the helmet, so it's normal. I will wait that this dries. While this is drying, I'm going to use white and paint all the teeth. Okay, here we have to be patient, and we go teeth by teeth. Let me see, because I have something. No, it's okay. Okay, we do like that. We do the same on the other side. Here. It's a little bit more tricky because it's difficult to reach. Okay, and if it's in some places that we have make a small mistake, I will use Screamer Pink to clean up any mistake. Okay, and then I'm going to use Fulgrim Pink to make the tongue pinkish, pinkier or lighter. Okay, so like that. Now I'm going to use black. To do the eye like that, and I do the same the other side. And if needed, then I will use yellow to retouch. It's okay like that. I think it's looking good. And now I'm going to work, as I was saying, on the skin. So for that I'm going to use two colors, Moot Green, this one, and Warpstone Glow, this one. Okay. And we are going to have as well a little bit of Caliban Green in case we need to do some shade. And we are going to work on the skin. So I will start with Moot Green. I will apply it, and then with that I will start doing the highlights, and if I see that it's too stark, then I come with Moot Green, with Warpstone Glow, and I soften the transition. Here in the abdominals I will use first Warpstone Glow and then a little bit of Moot Green. What we want to do is to play with these two greens to create all the highlights on the skin. Okay, for example, let's do this leg. We'll apply here. We'll apply Moot Green. Okay, and then there is like a mistake with it in previous layers, so I'm going to use Warpstone Glow to cover this mistake. And then Moot Green. Again, here I just put Warpstone Glow. And on this one I will put Moot Green as well on the knee. Then here Moot Green and then Warpstone Glow. Okay, and we keep doing the same for all the skin on this skink. So I will keep working with these two greens, and you can see the Caliban green is, I only will use it if I do a mistake and then I need to do correction on the darker parts. Now here you can go and put a little bit more. When some parts dry, sometimes they go darker, so you can come back and intensify the highlights if you want it. It's up to the taste of everybody how much highlight you want to have. I like the skin to be quite contrasting on these Lizardmans or Seraphon. So like here, for example, is one of these cases where I need to put a little bit of Caliban green. I went too close to the shade and I want to do the shade again. And here I will collect a little bit of the gold. And I keep doing that, so I will do that for the rest of the skin, and I'm back. Okay, this is how it looks like when I have done the skin. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some highlights on the feathers here on the cape. So on the yellow ones I will use this one, Dawn Yellow. Let me put some paint. So what we will do, we are going to make small lines like that. Okay. Like that. Then I have another one that we need to put some yellow to clean up a little bit. First, I will go with a less intense yellow with some Xereus to make this feather a little bit darker. Now we'll use down yellow. Like that. Okay. Now I'm going to use this color and pair children on the pinkish ones. Okay. Here. I will do this big one from both sides. Like that. Now from the other side. Like that. Okay. On the orange ones, I will use Fleshsahde yellow. Okay. To put some Fleshsahde yellow on my palette. This is the color. Okay. And then on the purple ones, I'm going to use the Kalalilac, this one. The ones that will not do this effect is on the ones that I have done the gradient, because I don't want to to affect the Gvadim that we have worked before. Okay, and then I have some yellows, and the ones that you can see now the feathers have popped up even more. Okay, and now with purple the ones that we see from the inside. Okay. Next I'm going to paint the gem here. So I will start using dark blue, but not too dark, so take green. I'm going for a turquoise color. Yeah, no, here. Next, I'm going to use Bahar Blue. Okay, this color. Okay, and then I will mix it with the deck here to clean up, and some of the faces looking down I will do fully use this, and now with Sutek I will make it a little bit darker. So I'm going to do next is I'm going to apply white on some of the corners, and as well I will apply white in one of these. I will apply the Sutek on the opposite side like that. And like that. Trying to leave this part a little bit darker. With dark shades just next to it. I will apply Sutek, bajar on blue just below. So you have this sensation of you want to do this type of reflections and so on that we should have on the glass. We can even put, we'll use now very little, some Xereus, yellowish ochre color, that can give a little bit the sensation of the gold reflection. we want to be quite subtle, not to put too much. And now I cover with blue. Okay, and then I will create anyway a white spot to show. And I will create as well like a reflection point here. Will help me to put these additional reflections that we will have on a glass. Can put as well a little bit of yellow, very little. You don't want to put too much here at the bottom, for example. Okay. Now I need to put some lighter blue. Here. Here. Okay. Like that. Okay. And I will apply on top gloss varnish later on. Let's do the nails or the claws. I'm going to apply black on them. Here. As well on the hand nails. Okay. Good. Now I'm going to use the fan. The relief color. Okay, this one. Okay. To add some highlights to these nails. Still remember when in the 90s, I don't know why Angel Potion were doing all these clothes in red colors most of the time. And then these ones. And now just to finalize this tutorial we need to work on the gold, and to work on the gold I will change my brush to, because I want to use metallics and I don't want to damage this brush. Let's check. I will use Auric Armor Gold. And I will use silver. Okay, any silver, any light silver will work. What we are going to do is, I will start with Auric Armor Gold, adding some highlights. And then I will put silver at the most extreme part, and I go back with Auric Armor Gold if needed, and the Auric Armor Gold is quite translucent. We are going to convert this silver in the very light gold. And as well here on the bowl. The bowl I will not do much because I like how it looks like, but it's mainly on the armor and on the different ornaments. You really want to do this, and then I will take silver. Change the brush to have a little bit more precision. This is broken. This one here is the one I was looking for. Okay, and we can do here the edges. And we keep working, so I will do like that, the highlight on the different ornaments. Okay, that you have been on this color. So we can work here. I want to put silver in all the highlights, Okay, just on the ones that I want to make brighter or when I want to give. Yeah, trying to find the brush that I feel comfortable. Okay, for example, the snake. I'm going to apply like that. Okay, so like that I will do all the gold and I'm back once this is done. Okay, just to finalize, I will use gloss varnish. Okay, a hard coat in my case, but any gloss varnish will do the work. I will apply it on the gem because this will intensify as well the colors, make them brighter and add some additional reflections. Okay. And I will put as well gloss varnish on the tongue and the mouth. Okay. To give the sensation of saliva. And with that, I'm going to finalize this tutorial. So I hope you have enjoyed this one. Please let me know what do you think. Give a like if you have liked this tutorial. Share if you think other people can be interested, and as usual, thanks a lot for watching and see you again later. Bye.